Oh, how you doing? In this video I'll be talking about crossbows and why they're better than bows. Okay, so let's make a list of the abilities of both weapons and one is better than the other. So the bow loads faster than the crossbow, taking 1.1 seconds. The crossbow takes 1.25 seconds to load. There's the quick charge power up you can put on a crossbow exclusively. The up to level 3 makes the load speed a quarter of a second quicker per level. So if you ask me, the crossbow wins here. A fully charged bow will do 4.5 hearts to 5 hearts of damage. A crossbow will do 3 to 5.5 hearts of damage. So the bow is more of a consistent damage dealer while the crossbow is more random. However, exclusive to the bow is the power up, which goes up to level 5. The first level increases damage by 50% and each subsequent level increases it by 25%. So damage wise, the bow wins here. While loading and holding the arrow in the bow, you are very slow. However, with crossbows you are only slow when loading it, then you move normally. This means that once you load your crossbow, you can just keep it in your inventory and use it with no delay. While with the bow you have to continuously hold it and you are slowed to a snail's pace. Here the crossbow wins. According to the internet, crossbows are more accurate and shoot farther than a bow. To what degree can't be said, but if it has to be said, then it should be presumed that the degree is by a considerable amount. It costs 3 strings and 3 sticks for a bow, but for a crossbow it costs 2 strings, 3 sticks, a piece of iron, and a tripwire hook. Price-wise, the bow is the clear winner. Now let's compare a stock bow or a stock crossbow. So the bow is much cheaper to make, which gives it a good lead. However, the crossbow is better if you need to shoot someone with surprise. Now both the bow and the crossbow have power-ups that they share, and power-ups are exclusive to each other. We will be focusing on the exclusive enchantments because they only share Unbreaking. Now, to start off, the bow has power, punch, flame, and infinity power-ups. Power once again increases damage. The punch power-up increases knockback, so it's great for shooting people or mobs off a ledge. Flame is also great to get a few more ticks of damage as it sets the target on fire. It also cooks the meat if the target drops any meat like a cow or a pig. Infinity is also a great power. What Infinity does is as long as you have a regular arrow in your inventory, you can shoot as many arrows as you desire without running out. However, this comes with quite a few drawbacks. Number 1, it doesn't work with tipped arrows, which, let's be honest, will be kinda busted. Number 2, you can't put mending on it, which means that eventually you will have to repower up your bow, which can be quite time consuming. The crossbow's unique power-ups are Quick Charge, Piercing, and Multi-Shot. Quick Charge for every level to a max of 3 decreases the reload time by a quarter of a second per level, going down to half a second, which is more than twice as fast as the bow. Next is Piercing, which goes up to level 4. For each level of Piercing, the arrow will pierce through a target. If there are more targets than the level of Piercing applied, then it will lodge into the next target. Multi-Shot makes you fire 3 arrows instead of 1, but it doesn't duplicate the arrows as the middle arrow is attainable. Now that we went into depth on everything, I can explain why crossbows are much better than bows. The secret lies in Piercing. With Piercing, everything becomes much stronger, and let's explain why. Remember how Piercing can pierce to multiple targets? Well, this also includes shields. Now, if your aim is good, which goes well with a better accuracy, your opponent will be helpless against you, especially if you have Quick Charge. Against mob groups, you can group them together and shred them with your arrows. Another big thing is the implementation of tipped arrows. They will really hurt the players and the mobs, but the best part is that you can use both piercing and tipped arrows, and when you shoot through the guy, you can just pick up the arrow. And tipped arrows are a pain in the ass to obtain, so it'll save you some. Crossbows have another secret, fireworks. Though quite expensive, you can load fireworks into the crossbow. One thing people might not know is that the more firework stars in the fireworks makes it do more damage, up to 9 hearts. And if you combine this with multi-shot, you will shoot off 3 fireworks instead of 1. So, that's why crossbows are better than bows, especially in PvP when the other person has shields. You're better off with a crossbow than a bow. This is also in general against normal mobs because you can retrieve the arrow. However, Let's say you're fighting a boss and you need to pick between the two. Pick the bow. You don't need piercing really if your opponent doesn't have a shield, and the bow's high damage per shot will help better in a boss fight. You should also pick the bow if you need to knock someone off, as punch makes it extremely easy. So to summarize, the crossbow wins except in specific circumstances such as boss fights and knocking people off. If you like the video, make sure you like the video, and subscribe, and share the video, and join my Discord, and play my Minecraft server. I spent $100 on the thing, so at least check it out. I'm also in dire need of staff. I'll take anyone. Video editors, script writers, and brainstormers, critics, moderators for both Minecraft and Discord. Even as simple as being a VC and giving me feedback to whether I sound good or not goes a real long way. The first, while loading and holding the arrow in your bow, you're way slow. This means that once you load your before crossbow, it costs 3 strings. However, so it's great for shooting people, which says now that we went to, especially and tipped arrows are painted with piercing. One thing people might not know is that the more fireworks stars in the cross, you will shoot off as punching. So to summarize, hey you, you. If you made it to here, then I just want to say thank you so much for watching the whole entire video. It really means a lot to me. Like I know very few people do in fact watch a whole entire video, but if you're one of those few, I just want to thank you, really.